Хаешки, мои добрые скандинавы. Сегодня мы наконец-то продолжаем сие чудесное творение, как Hellblade, Senua Sacrifice. Рад вас приветствовать, кто подошел. Как я уже сказал, в прошлом потоке мы закончили с не очень доброй нотой. Наш меч был сломан, наша уверенность была пошатнута. Теперь нам с этим нужно что-то сделать. Поэтому продолжаем. Дальше в бедное путешествие бедной Сенуи. Senua, точнее, простите. Он уже не склоняется. Ну, в английском языке проще. Добавляешь, короче, родительный артикль of, и все. Ну, в смысле, игра. Так, момент, я гляну, все ли у нас началось. Да, вроде все идет, все поточится, все течет. Так, я только не помню, активировал ли я... Не игра, сохранила ли активацию всех моих обелисков вот этих? По-моему, нет, да?
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother.
Пашка, привет.
She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Да, эту историю как бы мы все равно слушали, но тем не менее. Я понимаю, мы слушали это, но... Так, чисто, чтобы убедиться в том, что игра зачла это.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive,
Оу,
Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound.
даже так
Hidden
можно.
in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king.
Можно было даже так делать. Да, обелиски эти не активировали, значит нам нужно опять потрогать меч, который мы не сможем взять.
Imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shard.
Ох, ну пошли
Find it.
испытывать испытания.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn. And it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Dead in the air. You can feel it. Turn back.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Окей. Двигаем. Кстати, вот это мне напоминает, вроде в Evil Within была подобная тема. В виде стульев. Или я что-то путаю. Или в виде комнат. Где тоже были своеобразные испытания. Да блин, где такого не было, да, действительно. Какие же виды потрясные здесь для 17-го года. 3 года игре. Так, момент. Я понимаю, что нам туда. Но я хочу искать обелиска. Дурта. А можно факел взять, плюс? Спасибо.
Who's there? Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Господи, камера, как же ты, сука, меня сейчас напугала. Зажечь. Ладно. А, окей.
Where's he gone? How did you let him go? There he is. Dillian, there he is. Finally.
The fuck?
What's wrong? What happened? Can you hear me? Just wait there. I'll find you.
What's happened to him?
Не понял. А. И назад я полагаю идти? Нет, это нелогично.
I'll find him.
Fire starting.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian. Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him? Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him? You're going the wrong way. Are you lost?
Herver disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore
They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
Don't touch the walls. You don't know what they might do. Turn back. She has to keep going. It's not safe here. She has to keep going. If you go down there, no one can save you. It's too scary.
Что? Этого прохода уже не было. Или был? Или я сейчас круги просто уже наворачиваю?
I can hear him.
Within the burial mound, Herver calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Да уж.
The voice is getting louder. Listen, Dillian. Listen, listen, listen. It's him. Listen. It's getting louder. There he is.
Это какой-то бесконечный этот лабиринт.
Follow the voice. You're nearly there. Dillian's voice. It's him. He's going to save you.
Да заткнитесь вы.
The voice. Find him.
Непонятно, акустика странная. Да твою медь.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus. Use your mind. Where's he? He's disappeared. Look, slip through your fingers once again.
Да хорош.
It's not here. We told you. We told you it was a trick.
По-моему, я иду в правильном направлении. Или нет? Jesus Christ.
That voice doesn't sound like Dillian. What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillian. That doesn't sound like Dillian. What's in there? What is it? A secret room. There are bars. How do you get in there? How does she get in?
That voice. It's not Dillian.
Кто это на этот раз?
No, don't give up now. Find a way. You're too close to stop. What's in there?
Господи, что за происходит? Не то слово меняется.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Очень достижение escaped. Допустим. Как это она так смотрит?
Mother. I'm leaving. I've decided. think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chief had son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal.
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Отцы и дети, блин.
It's done. You did it, but there's more.
И тьма на руке все равно расползается, что бы я ни делал, как бы я
There's still more.
не пытался
It's not going to be easy.
выживать за Сену, за Сенуа, блин.
Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy. No. Too much to do.
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died. The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40 and many older, and where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels...
What is this place?
This place feels... It's... creepy. Creepy. It feels wrong.
It's pretty creepy.
Where is it? There he is. Dilius. The light. Go towards it. He's in the house. He's going in. He's disappearing. Follow him. Don't let him disappear. The air. Where's it gone? Where's he going? How do you find it? It's just a trial. It's just another test. You just have to solve it. And you will find it.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me. The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. But the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like that.
The bridge. It's no, you have to find him. Quick, get to the house. Get to the house and finish this trial. It doesn't finish until you get to the house. Before he disappears.
Все, я вижу.
You have to get in.
Надо подняться на вышку и оттуда построить мостик. Так, а это зачем? Вау, why? А что он делает? Так, в любом случае, там я вижу обелиск в первую очередь. Оу. Окей, момент.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farm hands, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
Можно без ходячего только по зязе.
The tower, that's it. You did it. She did too. It's not done yet. Just a small piece of the puzzle.
Оу.
You found a way to climb the tower.
Изи.
Quick. What now? You can see it. Aligned to the truth. The bridge. She did it. You fixed the bridge. She fixed it.
Это все испытание?
Try and get to the house. You succeeded.
Honey, I'm home.
Senua! Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here. I'm right here.
Are you in there? Come out if you are.
Where is he? Find him. You have to find him.
А ну да.
Focus.
Dillian! They're coming for me.
Да, фу.
What's that voice? You can hear Dillian. It's Dillian. Go to him. Go to him. He's trying to save you.
Ай.
There it is. Huh? It's close. It's close. Move away. Senua, move away. It is. Go towards it.
Давай, давай быстрее.
Run! Run now!
Господи, что?
What shall I do?
Jesus Christ.
Where are we? It's not safe. Right. Go towards it first. I have to find one more. One at a time. Find the other symbol you lost.
Jesus Christ.
You've got them. You have them. Where's the door? To find a way out. Find the gate. Get out. Run. 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 Look at you. Don't let it see you. It's coming. Move away. You're lost again.
Да, ну нахер.
Senua! Senua. What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people. Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Бедная Senua, короче.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test.
Момент, я
You've
кое-что
been
еще
fooled
хочу проверить.
before, you could be fooled again. Being tested.
Еще 2 обелиска осталось, я понимаю.
It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go. The light by the tree. Can you see it? You want to believe it. Is it not real? Is it not? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Delia? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree.
Интересно, мы уже в Хельме?
Maybe it's a sign. The tree.
По сути, мы же перешли мост,
He's waiting for you by the tree.
который отделяет живых от мертвых.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey
okay.
from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free.
Что, сколько получается? 4 обелиска всего было? Ау.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good, and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Окей. Да. Внезапно здравствуйте, особняк. Замок, крепость, что бы то ни было.
The bridge. You've come this far, but the bridge is broken.
Чего вы
There's no way
угораете?
you can fix it. What do you do now, Senua? Face. What is it? Does it see? Get closer. It's fixed. What happened? Bridge is fixed. Let's cross it.
Да, угадаю. Я не открою, да? Логично.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Balder. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Balder dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Balder's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness. Swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Balder's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Dillian, don't forget. You can feel his presence. You need
Окей, один
the
символ
words
на
to
этот раз.
fight Dillian. You need Dillian. He's waiting for you. He always said he
Нет, да?
She can't open the gate.
Я так полагаю, надо было
Try harder. She can't.
сейчас опустить мост и войти обратно в этот
She can't.
угрюмый мир.
She'll find a way. She knows.
Альтернативные измерения, мать их. По крайней мере, здесь не жарко.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you? It's not safe. Dillian, there he is. There he is. What are you waiting for? Quick, find a way. Find him. Go through before he disappears. Dillian, don't lose him. Where is he? Where's he gone? We're in the wrong world. He's not here. She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark.
Так, открыть
The
мы,
world
наверное.
once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
Интересно, что вот это за голос, который рассказывает про судьбу Сеную? У меня, конечно, есть одно предположение.
Dillian saved you.
Потому что это не голос матери.
Dillian cared for her like no
Поскольку
one else
мы, как бы,
Dillian's the only
в кавычках,
way.
разговаривали с матерью. Так, а обратно в темный, да.
She was cursed. He saved you when everyone else turned their backs.
Так, момент. А, да, тут не зайду. Хей!
Everything gets broken in the end. You killed him with your love because he believed in you.
You're still
Ладно.
alive and Dillian's dead. He doesn't deserve to be
Я
dead.
пока не
How does
понял.
that make you feel?
Оу.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Oh dear.
You can't go up
You
there.
can't go up
Not
there.
in this world.
Не, ну я понял, что не в этом мире.
He was the only one she
Оу.
could trust.
Здравствуйте.
Could she trust him?
Ну игра, ну я же...
Do you remember the way he stroked your hair?
Do you remember the way he felt?
Ой.
Senua, you've got it.
Why
Нет,
is
там
it
ближе, наверное, будет.
He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you.
Ну это же я открою, правильно?
You broke him. You killed him.
He couldn't see the darkness within you.
There he is.
Where are you taking him?
He's up there. How do you get up there? There's a way. There is a way up there. Find the way. She can do it. You're nearly there. Just find the way.
Ну. Или как? Мне же не надо обратно в темный мир, верно? Чтобы восстановить мост.
You had the love.
Точнее,
You squashed it, strangled him, flattened it.
The curse cannot be undone.
светоточный мир надо было. Так, я понял.
Doesn't know who killed him, but we do.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, "I cannot see where Balder stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon." Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Huth throws the mistletoe at Balder. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Balder is killed. And for this, Huth is slain.
Да, а Локи такой бог.
It's all your fault.
You're cursed.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. Her past, and Dillian, her future. Two realities tearing her soul.
Wasting your time. Have no time for this. Speed up. Please choose. She had something she could not. They've set you trials to distract you. They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you. What if these trials
Пошли вниз.
laughing at
Менять мир.
they take you no closer to Dillian? Letting this get in the way. If they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle. Was it worth
Оу.
it?
Ну игра, ну камон.
They're all about wasting your time, just minute by minute by minute. What does she think she's doing? You're not special. She thinks she They mean
Понял, да, наверное, надо с другой стороны. Логичная игра, спасибо.
waste of time.
Это логично.
Waste of her time. What if the gods are just toying, playing? What if the gods are lying?
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Так полагаю, опять сейчас придется вернуться в темный мир. Угу. Ох уж этот бэктрекинг.
Do you remember the smell of his neck? She thought she knew best. She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness.
Shut your mouth.
Your curse has claimed Dillian. Poor Dillian. He didn't know. He was kind. Do you know what it was? You're still alive,
Этот мы здесь был?
And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Фуцк.
You had no chance for love. Nobody will love you again. Ever again. He saw who she could be. He saw who she really was. He saw the warrior within.
Причем внутри он был намного четче виден этот знак, чем тут.
This is pointless. What are you doing? You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere. Everywhere. But what if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense? The gods were lying. If you think it makes sense, but really the gods are playing with you. It makes sense in your minds, but it doesn't stretch worlds. But it doesn't mean you can't read this language. You don't understand. Sinbel was right. You wasted time. Cursed.
Ох, сейчас будет просто.
So
Форта страха.
Dillian!
А Дилиан ли это?
Very, very careful.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Sinbel. I guess he took after his father,
Вау.
a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms,
She's not.
learned to see the world through his eyes.
She's steady. She can
Slowly,
do it.
darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
Я честно не понимаю, есть ли тут механика вот этого всего баланса. Но судя по воплям в голове они есть. Она есть.
Yes.
Да тихо ты!
That's it. Quicker.
Говоря, брат.
No! It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to He's gone.
Достижения разные перспективы. Jesus Christ.
Senua. Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
Killing you would be too easy. They're taking your memories to torture you. They're taking you from the inside. You're disappearing one memory at a time. Every time you remember, it disappears.
Последний трайл.
They're gonna take everything you have. The memories of ghosts. They belong to the gods, not to you. They're eating you from the inside. They want to kill your soul. They want to crush it.
The Northmen say that their all-father, Odin, gave his eye in exchange for a drink from Mimir's well, the well of wisdom. In blindness, there can be wisdom. Only by giving can you receive in return. For this reason, I give my life and pass on my stories of the Northmen to you, Senua.
Where am I? I can't see. Who's there?
Can you hear me?
Dillian.
I'm right here. Can't you see me?
Help me.
Breathe slow.
It's the darkness.
Stay still. Empty your thoughts.
Окей.
Tell me what you feel.
The breeze.
Good. Then there is a way out.
I can't tell where it comes from.
Yes, you can.
Звуковая картина потрясная.
The others. The voices. They've gone.
I'm still here.
It's so quiet. So dark.
It's okay. Listen to your own breath. Feel it rise and fall.
Почему я вижу эти...
Be aware of everything you hear and feel.
Что-то как-то... Ну, это не все равно видимо, окей.
Let your senses guide you.
Как-то фишка интересная, но в связи с тем, что я все равно вижу сквозь эту темноту, как-то пропадает немножко.
I can't go on. William?
Find a way. I'm not leaving you here.
Может, я поспешу с выводами.
I think I'm somewhere else now. The breeze has gone.
Use all of your senses. Let the world speak to you. What do you hear?
I hear water.
Go to it.
I've reached the water.
Good. That's your way out. Follow it upstream.
На самом деле картинка интересно какая, нормальная? Эй, ну...
So sorry. I thought I left us all behind.
Don't be sorry. It's not your fault.
He was right. It's inside of me. It won't let me go.
Senua. My father. He taught me that the hardest battles are fought in the mind, not the sword. You're no coward. Prove that to me in the warrior trials. This is just another battle. You can beat it.
This isn't your battle. You don't have to help me.
I want to. Besides, you are going to be a great warrior one day. We need people like you.
I'll do my best.
I know what you're thinking. He's not really here. It seems there's no escaping the past in this place. And so she's forced to relive it. To what end?
Я на всякий случай сделаю гамма по ярче, мало ли как оно на стриме. Пусть это будет немножко...
There's a waterfall. I can't go on this way.
Then look for another way and tell me what you find.
There is a house.
Это уже какой-то персепшн начался. Так, ну, окей. Ау.
I don't know what's inside.
Don't be afraid.
Ау. Ходячие.
Do you see it? No. Then it cannot see you. Quietly move past it, one step at a time.
Serious. Ой, никуда не пойду. Блин, ты реально ходячий. Фак. Главное сейчас не зазвенеть цепью. Чё так страшно? Да хорош, еще один. Ага. Скольких ходячих я убил? Блин. Походу я с нуликом так и умру. Эй, подожди. Фуцк. Блин, ладно, я полагаю, нужно туда вот идти. Это оно или нет? Никуда не пойду. Может, она меня не тронет, если я прям вот так вот... Простите, страшно немножко.
It's not following me.
Leave it
И
behind.
слава богу!
Keep moving forwards.
Куда вперед? Ау. Что это за какие-то ксеноморфы сталкеровские? Пашка, скажи, картинку темнее сделать лучше или такое оставить? Потому что какой-то это немножко чит, что я их вижу, или так и... Ну, лучше бы я этого не видел. Картинку делай так, как тебе удобно. Если в игре нарисовали объекты, значит так задумано. Нет, но Игорь же рассказывал, что как бы... Что на стриме оно, возможно, для других мониторов может быть иначе. Так, ладно, этот стоячий, а не ходячий. А, да, сволочь ходячая. Уйди. Господи, ее лицо, я увидел ее лицо, охеревшее от этого всего. Так. Где этот стоячий? В него главное не войти. Ага. Иди. Окей, чисто вроде на берегу. Офигенный уровень.
I think I'm in a house. It stinks.
Опять
Death.
The darkness is testing you.
прогнивший.
In control.
Take control. С тобой елочку. Блин. Да, я угадаю. Да. Я не хочу проверять, но походу здесь есть вот эта механика баланса, да? Да, есть. Зачем я об этом узнал? Зачем я, сука, об этом узнал? Я всегда проходил спокойно эту херню. Зачем? Зачем я об этом узнал? Теперь это стану... Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не.
A well. There's a well.
Don't turn back. You're getting close.
А-а-а.
Clear. Help me.
О, май гадабл. Да, да, сейчас подойду, молодой, дорогой. Молодой, дорогой. А можно шифтануть? А может, не стоит? Слышь, не пропадай, брат. Уйди, 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 не трогай меня. Шифтуем, шифтуем, просто в жопу. Нафиг, нафиг отсюда. Пока. Мне ваш мир не нравится, я пойду в свой.
Is that you? I can see a light.
Yes. I can see you too.
Все, можно я просто побегу. Какой-то Evil Within начался. В Alan Wake'е. Только без фонарика. Да что... Да не свети дальником, брат. Доверься своим чувствам, получим достижение.
Hours, days even, trapped within herself, in the dark.
You see me?
Yes.
Your eyes were open, but you were gone.
And when it finally let her go, she could be anywhere, with no memory of how she got there.
When it comes for me, I have no power over it.
But here, for the first time, someone was there to help.
But I heard your voice. You brought me back.
You found your own way back. All you needed was a little help. A little hope.
Как это будет правильно-то в медицинском термине? Лунатизм — это когда человек просто отключается и самостоятельно ходит. Только не во сне, а вообще в любой момент.
With Grama reforged, you will have Odin's blessing to walk, a goddess, into the halls of Helheim and challenge Hela as an equal.
So Dillian was helping me. And the sword will lead me to him. Like when we first met.
Dillian gave her the strength to pass the warrior trials, and she saw a way out. To leave her past behind and become a warrior in Dillian's clan.
Go back. It's not safe.
The sword is tainted by the gods of darkness. Leave it.
No. He left it here. He wants me to take it.
You will pay a price for this.
But years later, with Zinbel's parting words still haunting her, the darkness came back with a vengeance. A plague.
Dillian?
Everyone suffered.
My father was not supposed to die like this.
Do you see it clearly now, Senua? The suffering you've caused.
This is your fault. You brought this plague to us. You have blood on your hands.
They're coming for you now.
They're coming.
They're coming to get you.
Hold your heavy strike.
Hold it!
Hold the heavy strike. Hold it. Unleash the sword.
Так, и зачем держать?
How does it focus?
Я не совсем понял, как это работает, но ладно.
Focus is growing. It's coming back.
Оу, погоди, а... Нет, с легким ударом это не проканает.
End it! Focus!
Focus.
Ой,
Focus now!
так проще.
You finished it!
А, с одного удара. Как проще.
There's nowhere to run.
Господи, что это за ад?
Corpses. The corpse waved through itself over the ones I loved. The ship broke up under them. The ship that had sailed from the land of shining fields. Their memorial stone is sacred. Come not here in the sun. Come not with a sword. Come not crying over a naked corpse. Come not with disturbed mind.
Блин, это реально...
Do you hear the suffering, Senua? Does your precious gift of sight let you see the souls that rot here in this sea of corpses?
А,
You feel
они
the
простые
blood
уже.
running cold on your skin. Do you hear their endless cries? Do you smell their putrid wounds? They were once brothers, sisters, and loved ones.
Да хорош базарить, я не слышу.
What you have done to them. All because you were a coward, because you ran from your curse instead of facing it. When you turn your back on your father, Zinbel, you turn your back on the gods and let the darkness
Злые капли начались. Да, что-то, короче, злые капли вместе с Дантес Инферно.
pay for your heresy.
Так. Ух ты! Так, знаешь, что мы вот так вот делаем? Не очень. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
It's nearly over. Finish. Focus. Focus now.
Ух. Да, сзади. Да камон! А они... Да хорош. Я понял. Изи.
Who is it? Galena. Where are you?
Do you hear, Senua? Do you hear the voice of your mother, Galena? She calls for you, Senua. Go to her. Answer her pitiful call.
Mother! I need you! Help me!
Darkness took her life and it will take yours. It's taking you. You're both dead. You both surrendered to the voices.
Your dear beloved mother was powerless against the darkness when it came for her. She too had a sight. She too doubted the gods and let the darkness infest her. But she didn't run. She escaped the only way she knew how. She gave her life to the gods. If only you had done the same, the world would have been spared this horror. It's not too late.
Опа.
She's calling for you. Why don't you join her?
Да не надо мне фокусироваться. Не то. Так. Короче, ладно. Дубликаты. Ой! С одного удара? Серьезно? Нет. Да хорош! Здравствуйте. Ух ты. Тихо. Все?
Why do you still fight on? Maybe you too should suffer with your brethren in this rot and let your
Ох
blood
ты сволочь!
sink into the seas and the rivers of hell. Isn't that what you deserve after all you've done? Give the darkness what it wants, let it swallow your soul and destroy all that you are. Why are you fighting for someone who is already dead? Just look around you. What hope is there for him, even if his soul could be rescued? Do you think he'd thank you for what you have done to him, to his friends, to his father?
Бой! Ох. Как битва Геральта против демонов Ольгердов. Ну... Может быть... Какой кайф мою боевку смотреть. Спасибо. Спасибо, Пашка, приятно. Но оно тут, в принципе, как бы, это тут не моя заслуга, тут как бы задействовано 5 клавиш. Но боевка сама как бы выглядит красиво. Сейчас будет флешбэк, да?
That night, she gave up on her world to follow in the footsteps of her mother, to go to a place where the darkness couldn't reach her.
Senua, look at me.
Do you hear them? They're calling for me.
We've lost so many. And I've lost my father. I can't lose you.
You said it. I have blood on my hands.
I didn't say that. You've done nothing wrong.
Symbol was right. Everyone will suffer.
Zimbel is a fake. He is a hateful, bitter liar. He's poison. And his words still haunt you. Who do you trust? Him? Or me? Do you still believe in me, Senua? In us? Come back to me. Please. Don't let this darkness come between us.
Битрейт просел. Ну, в смысле? Ютаб. Не надо. Нет у меня ни 1% кадра. Потерянного нету. Жопа. Что сказать? Так что это, скорее всего, ютубчик, жопчик. Эх, жалко.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. He gave her the sword with which to fight in more ways than one. And she gave him her word, never to surrender. All she needed was a little help. A little hope.
Короче, задача сегодня такая. Проходим, несмотря ни на что. Я не могу откладывать это еще на один стрим. Хочу. Подожди, я ж правильно иду? Ей, голоса, мы вернулись. Хотя подожди, есть у меня одно предположение, почему картинка сыплется, но это будет, конечно, дикий кек. Нет. У меня видюха загревается, точнее, забивается на 50% всего лишь. Не верится, что эта игра будет у меня плохо идти. Так что остается последняя. Ютапчик. Полагаю, мы двигаем теперь к той двери, которая была закрыта.
Into the mountain.
Can you see it?
Shall we tell her where to go?
It's not far.
Да, вот туда, что ли?
Just up.
Или он туда вот?
Listen to us. Shall we tell her where to go? Shall we?
Does she know which way to look? Does she know her way into the mountain?
Здесь теперь голоса не будут троллить. Да, серьезно? Не надеешься?
Did you miss us? Oh, she did. She did.
Are you glad we're back?
She's so glad.
Не будут троллить.
Go up. Go up.
There's a door.
You can do it.
You can see it.
Come on, Senua.
Go away. I'm not listening.
Let's continue. Повышенное достижение Into the Mountain.
I will tell you of a great hero named Sigurd, son of Sigmund, no less. Born after his father's death, Sigurd is cared for by the dwarf Rain. But Rain does not love the boy. Instead, he plans to use him for his own ends. You see, Rain's father possessed a great treasure given to him by the gods. But Rain's brother, Fafnir, killed his father and took the gold all for himself. Fafnir hid the treasure out on a heath and could not leave it. And from the evil in his heart, he turned into a dark creature. A dragon.
Hey, how's it hanging, bro? Да, в смысле? Ну мне же не вниз, логично. Я что-то опять не вижу дальше своего носа, как обычно, какую-нибудь вещь. Ау. Камон, у нас меч, убивающий богов.
A great beast guards Helheim. Garm is its name, and it knows you are here, Senua. It can smell your stink. What are you afraid of, Senua? How will you save Dillion if you are too much of a coward to step into the shadows?
They can't stop me.
Then do it! The beast is stalking you from the shadows. Your sword is useless here.
Справедливо. Слушай, это теперь мне туда, короче, надо стрейфануть. Явно не туда. Успею ли я? С другой стороны, здесь ворота.
Don't be fooled. The beast is still here. No. It's a trick.
Mother, do you hear that?
Don't fall for it.
It's me, Senua. It's so loud.
It's not her.
So full of hate.
It's a trap.
I just want to help them. Tell me what to do. Your father wants them to go away. And he only hurts me to silence them. But he's gone now.
They always come back. He says I will die if I go with them.
They want me with them.
Stop!
That's why they crawl through the walls.
Don't listen
Do you
to them.
see them? Do you see their faces? He's coming! Senua! Help me! Help! Get me out of here! Don't go!
Where has she gone? She's disappeared again. She shouldn't be here. She escaped the darkness. She took her own life to escape it.
She can't remember when it started. When her mother lost her smile. Her eyes gazing past her towards a world she could not see. This is what happens if you reach for the underworld, he said. It was a lot to take in for a child. And the first time she felt the cold chill of fear. I don't talk much about her father, Zinbel. I suppose I just didn't want to risk upsetting her. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
She has to. She can't. I told you, go out.
Ам,
Go out. She has to keep going. Go towards can do it.
нырнуть, да, полагаю. Придется. Можно было факел где-нибудь воткнуть сбоку.
Run! Get through it as quick as you can. The panic is here. What's that?
Да, теперь лака что-то похоже было, да. А, блин. Не-не-не-не. Да погоди, я не был готов. Stay in the light. Stay in the light. А.
She's stuck. She hasn't found the rooms.
Блин, простите.
Stay. You're safe in the light. Get to the next light. Let's go quick. Run.
Понял, нужен факел. Ой, да камон. Подожди, я могу наверх подняться? Я понимаю, что факел нужен, чтобы вернуться. С другой стороны. Давай сначала там зажжем. Не, ну логично мне. Не, ну я понял. Так, шиш. Я понимаю, что там как бы руну надо найти, но мне интересно, что наверху.
Rain the dwarf's sole desire is to possess this dragon's accursed treasure, and he uses Sigurd to reclaim it. He tells Sigurd the story of Fafnir's gold, and the good-hearted hero promises to slay the dragon if Rain would forge a strong sword for him. Sigurd remembers that his father once possessed a sword given to him by Odin. Odin broke the sword to bring about Sigmund's death, but Sigurd's mother still has the pieces. And so Rain reforges the famous sword. Sigurd uses the sword first to avenge his father, and then he and Rain go in search of Fafnir.
Я думаю, почему Фафнер, короче, это знакомое имя, которое как бы должно отображать какое-то животное или существо. Так, ну это назад, я понимаю, да? Да, это назад, значит там вниз. Ну, то, что Фафнер был сначала человеком, это интересно. Ну, в смысле, богом. Да тихо ты. А надо ли мне сюда вообще? А ну дай, рум-то я не ушел. Ну ладно, допустим. Все, полагаю, отсюда можно текать. Всего лишь 1,5 часа играем. Так, хватит. Так, подожди. Ну ладно, допустим, давай наверх пойдем. Я не хочу вниз идти, внизу плохо. Да... Не надо. Руны, 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 руны. Да, ну серьезно, где-то тут, что ли? Да, вот он. Оу.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night, the faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark.
Блин, я чё, не туда пришел,
By the
да?
time she realized that only she could see them. Her father is in there. Could see the monster in her.
Опять все, короче, сводится к тому, что воспитание родителей сосет, если оно плохое. Чё-то я заплутал. Символ тут, оказывается. Но походу внизу. Так, тут и не был. Да в смысле? Дурак, что ли? У него факел. Серьезно? Да я бы... Говнюк. Все, можно факел, пляц. Blood for the blood god. Так, нужно огонь зажечь. Вы мне тоже не помогаете ни хера. Тупые голоса в голове. Теперь мне наверх, я полагаю, надо подняться, да? Все.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind, searching for weakness. It found your mother and used her to trap you in here.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, that she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
It's a trap. The beast is coming. Stupid thing.
Может бежать? Так, чисто. Ох, опасно. О, это...
It's over. Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Senua while you pined for Dillian.
А ты уверен, что это голос
Remember that dark
Зинбеля?
Senua.
Потому что он как бы...
The beast is bringing it back.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Dillian. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillian.
По-моему, это не голос его, ее отца. Вот этот вот... Эх, дохера низкий. По мне-то кажется, это голос ее так воображаемой тьмы, который отец вбил в ее голову. Потому что если он как бы отзывается о Зинбеле в третьем лице, этот голос. Не верю я, короче, что это голос отца. Блин! По-моему, это ГГ. А вот назад! Факел-то ну, правильно нахер не нужен. Как я не умер просто? Как я не умер? Так, только не подул, да? Да ну камон, ребят! Ну давай, братиш. бой! Чё, я теперь умею? Нет, брат. Да хору!
Behind you! She finished him!
Не, братиш.
She's ready. Watch out! Focus.
Да коров.
That's the only way. Focus.
Да не надо мне фокусироваться.
He's down. Finish it. Finish it.
Дед, да коров.
Focus now. Behind you.
Во-во-во.
Focus now.
Ну сейчас бы...
Focus. Focus now. Focus. That's the only way. Finish this. Behind you.
Ой! Быстрее факел! Господи Иисусе. So close, yet so far. Мне кажется, что мне сюда. Да, там наверху уже был подъем, да. Я глупый. А, теперь снизу пойди глянуть на него надо. Окей. Все, тихо, отвали.
But she wouldn't listen. He was doing his best. She never, ever listens. Why didn't she listen?
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Zimbel was right. Zimbel was trying to save her from the darkness.
Так, ну тихо.
But she wouldn't listen.
And now everybody is dead.
Because of her.
Да заткнитесь вы. Оу. Все, тихо.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day, Fafnir crawls across the heath to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
The beast has the head and...
Ну, как бы логично.
Once she gets down there, she'll never come out. It's luring her down.
The darkness will take her like it took her mother.
Deep and deep. The beast knows. The beast knows exactly where she is. She's
Да завалите вы, не помогаете мне.
plays into his hands.
Без вас сложно.
The lights run out. She'll die.
А куда мне бежать?
She'll die. She has to.
А куда мне бежать-то? Может было факел положить вот сюда, вот.
And she'll die.
Там был огонь, мне показалось. Oh well. Да какой мост? Oh well. Это был F. Погоди.
What's she doing?
She's lighting a torch.
She's making light. She's making a fire.
She's got light on the other side.
She'll be safe.
Я бы в любом случае ГГшнулся, скорее всего. Но, допустим, я сюда проберусь и... А, ну да, логично. Я смогу пройти. Я понял. Видеть бы этот мост еще из этих силуэтов.
Faster, faster, keep going, keep going. Get through, she has to it. Get up, get up. What are you doing?
Стример умный. Вы не подумайте.
Cover you. Faster, faster, keep going, keep going. What is she doing? Stop, stop.
Как вы? Я понял. Подожди, а это разве не слушал?
Although Sigurd kills the dragon,
Не слушал, я гений.
Rain wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself. Rain also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
Окей. Да ну камон! Ты серьезно хочешь играть сказать, что мне нужно на ту сторону перебежать, чтобы увидеть символ, да? Или я не активировал? Эх, скриптомания.
Can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Go down, go down. She has to.
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak, and they say, Sigurd should eat the heart itself. Rain wants Fafnir's gold. Sigurd should kill Rain before Rain kills him. Sigurd should find Brynhild, the Valkyrie, who sleeps an enchanted sleep. Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rain, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure.
Ну, Сигурд не
He
очень.
embarks on a new quest to ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild, the Valkyrie.
Down we go. Да, теперь реально Ларка пошла. Воу, 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 воу. Ну, меня... Don't touch me, you motherfuckers. Ой, опасность. Ой, опасность. Ой, опасность.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming. Dillian, I see you. The beast has Dillian. No. You're not taking it from me.
I warn you, Senua. I can smell your...
О, все. Голова обтейнт.
You betrayed your god.
I am leaving with him.
You turned your back on me. That is why Dillian will rot in hell. Come into my shadow.
Да ты не очень, малыш. Или очень. Окей. Да ну охереть! Блин, надо тайминг поймать. Не такой тайминг. И не такой. Сидеть, пес. Какого? Да какого света? Какого хера происходит? Встать! Да ну меня нахер, слышь? Ты серьезно игра? Может, мне надо было свет? Сучара. Ой-ой-ой-ой. Не-не-не. Встать! Встать! Да хорош. Господи Иисусе. Только не изрыгай опять. Ах ты сволочь. Мразь. Понял я тебя, как с тобой воевал. Сука. Да в смысле? Зарезать, убить, убить, зарезать. Не говори, что ты меня убил.
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force.
Этот заказ
So
будет стоить
thank the
200
gods for
монет.
protection.
Поторгуемся?
Evil can come from the
Не,
hand
как-
behind the gods. A familiar hand. Cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals. Kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left, headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. But maybe Dillian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, my love.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
For fuck's sake.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Да, это тень. Это не отец ее.
It was my mission to make you hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest. Or without it, I feel you could let those slack. All this time, I've wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn. You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me into the mountain to trust him as deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
В смысле, я...
I know.
Я 2 раза умер, у меня уже вся рука во тьме.
She's come this far. She wants to go forward. This is it.
А можно мне зеленую траву вместе с красной?
She must listen to the shadow. Going, Senua. Lie down. Destruction is the end. What? Hella's gate. Hella's gate.
Ворота Хэлла.
Mother,
Короче, голос этот как...
I won't let the darkness trick me
Почему
again.
как Михалков?
I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hella's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
She has to kill. It's the only way now. She has no choice. She can do it. The sword slave. She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. She can't fix it. She's
Что все, я не стою на пути больше. Го, побеждайте.
How will she do it? There must be a way. You have to try.
Это образно та тьма, которую вбил в ее голову отец ее. Я так считаю.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Подожди, а что внизу было? Частичку моста остановили, окей. Полагаю, нам теперь надо вниз обратно херачить. Ах, походу да. Шорткатика не будет. Я так полагаю, это у нас уже конец. Внезапный, быстрый. Да в смысле? Дай чатик почитать, мужик. Ой, что вы можете? Такой ты везучий. Воу-воу-воу-воу-воу-воу-воу-воу. Ух. Куда ты там разбежался? Псы! Оу.
How will she do it? What will she do?
Какого?
How's she going to find his actual soul? Where does Hell keep the souls? How will she get it? What will Hell want? She must bargain. No. She'll kill. She cannot bargain with Helen. She's not strong enough to kill Helen. What is Helen? No one can bargain with Helen.
Зидур is pretending to be here.
She could give her her own soul. No. Soul's rotting. She couldn't. It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give. She has a warrior soul.
It's a fake door.
She can a cursed soul. Of course she is, no matter what she does. She can see it. The bridge. She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
Да я понял, он сломан.
Too dangerous. She's done it before. You have to fight on. The final battle. Get his soul back.
Что-то быстро Final Battle уже.
Yes, it is. This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid.
А, я понял, что это.
That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
Это тот мост через море мечей, или как это называлось?
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Вот через реку Кок. Через реку ножей. Реку Кок. Фу, Пашка, зачем ты вспомнил этих довно? Топ-гировских. Ну да, скорее через ножи, потому что как бы... В теории копье это ж нож, верно? Не выше, полагаю. Ну, там еще вроде, да? А вот это что такое? И как это кушать? I'm so special. Может, мне это с моста надо увидеть? Да-да-да-да. I know the way. Ну, кстати, музыка играет за главные из менюшки.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Окей. В теории стол это хо. В теории маус хо. Здравствуй, Андрей, нихера вас не понял. Блин. Почему я в чатике не могу... Точнее, в Дискорде... Фу, все собрал. Холодное оружие. Почему я не могу у себя в приложении в телефоне выбрать... Видны все сообщения. Господи, я надеюсь... А, окей. Все, теперь норм. У меня какого-то хера было выбрано все эти. Точнее, только интересные сообщения. Интересный путь, который никуда не привел. По сути, должен же. Какого хера? Неправильно это все. Вы этого не видели, я тоже. Тем не менее, интернет все видел, но как бы притворимся, что нет. А это куда, погодите? А это шорткатик вот куда. Кто все двери позакрывал? Глупые, что ли? Маус, холодное оружие. Я не понимаю. Сложно. Не, пожалуй, нет. Я хочу про Рагнарёк услышать все. Все, последняя буковка.
Odin will fight the monstrous wolf and be killed, but his son will avenge him and plunge his sword into the heart of the beast. Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, steam will shoot up, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok. For it is nigh.
А чем заканчивается Рагнарок? Должно же там быть какое-то, как бы, хорошее начало из всего этого. Не просто так же там всего придет звездец. Докладываю. Теплый йогурт не очень. Блин. Да. Чё, дурак, что ли? Мою? Там мне положить, брат. О моя. Встать, 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 встать. Да какого же хера? Это так было близко. Ау. А ну-ка вышел. Ты не очень, брат. Ох ты! Да хорош! Вот это было близко. Это было, сука, близко. Тем, что Хелла будет в ахуе от потока людей. Потому что вот несколько человек, чьи-то сыновья, тогда 2 человека дадут начало человечеству заново. Так... Как? Под вас сына от Одина и Тора выживут, будут тусить в центре бывшего Асгарда с молотом Тора на перевес. Бальдер, убивший его дротиком слепой бог, вернутся из мира мертвых. И парочка, одна мужчина и женщина, которые заново начнут род. Чё так много персонажей? Ну, короче, тем не менее, после Рагнарёка все очухаются. Так. Ну, игра, ну... Все, я починил. 8 персонажей. Ну, блин, ну ты учитывай те, кто умерли. Всяких Фенриров, всяких, блин, змей, Локи, Суртер или Суртер. Все те, которые участвуют в Рагнарёке. Так, подожди, ну куда? Андрюх, не 8 людей, а парочка. Остальные-то боги выживут. Из мира мертвых, которые... Ох, чё, ребят. Последний бой. Он тяжелый самый. Заканчиваем. Я на самом деле не ожидал. Чё ты лезешь под... Ух. Ты отдыхаешь? Ух ты! Ну хорош! Я понял. Они до хера нос. What? Ладно, допустим. Мне чатик пишет, что якобы я удалю какое-то сообщение от твое, Андрюх. Странно.
We'll all die someday. I don't want to die. And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua,
Stop.
Turn back.
Stop. Stop her. Why is she going? Stop. Senua, stop. Why would she stop?
Он ничего не удалял, окей. I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
Скилл поднялся. Здравствуйте, Никас. Да, блин. Да какого...
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
Окей. Это были голоса ее.
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
Все, теперь от голосов мы избавились. Наконец-таки.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Ну да, достаточно я пропустил. Я надеюсь, это не к тому, что... Господи. Я надеюсь, это не к тому, что здесь есть дополнительная скрытая концовка. О, Господи.
Turn away, Senua! Turn away, Senua!
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
Ладно, это был ее отец все-таки.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, son?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It's not the way.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you, let me destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me! Ah!
Be careful, Sam.
Darkness! You're a liar and a murderer!
Да, это
If you
Хель.
really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god!
Not forward, moving backwards to wallow your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place.
Для красочных... Для красочности Пашка Пинаев.
Trying to save you from yourself.
Господи, какая она вся.
You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillian's soul if the darkness is alive? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here.
Меня вот эти титаны вокруг немножко смущают.
Dillian, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
О, знакомое лицо. Окей, ладно. Ох ты сволочь. Да охереть. Ох. Да. Да пору. Сидеть.
Dillian! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Что-то он скукожилась.
Watch out. Or what? What can he do to me that you haven't already?
You betrayed your
Fight
own
me,
father.
child. Come on.
Betrayed the gods in search of Dillian. In search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your darkness. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillian. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Behind you.
Во-во-во.
Careful, Senua. Watch out. Watch out.
Да в смысле?
Careful, Senua. Behind you.
Да в смысле? Да.
Watch out. Careful. Careful, Senua.
Да, блин. Момент, простите. Мне что-то приложение херню несет. Че еще раз? Кто теперь и Карлаута дает? Они всегда вообще-то давали, кстати. Да, в смысле? Кстати, да, слушай, кто и кого-то дает? Мы же избавились от тьмы, камон. Ну. Да хорош. Ёптыш. Чё мне сказали? Don't step. Let go? Ни хера подобного. Ай, да хорош. Ой, нет.
Let go of your battle. You
Нет.
don't have to fight anymore, Catherine.
You're going to die.
Watch out.
Be careful, Senua. Behind you.
Let go. Go, Senua.
Не знаю.
You're killing yourself.
Watch out.
Так. Я на самом деле знаю, чем эта битва должна кончиться.
Behind you.
Watch out. Watch out.
Ух. Ай.
Careful, Senua. Careful. Careful. Careful.
Watch out.
Be careful, Senua. Behind you.
Watch out.
Я не могу выйти из окружения, если что.
Watch out. Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle.
You're killing yourself. Behind you. Behind you. Careful. Careful, Senua.
Watch out. Watch out.
Behind you. Behind you. Be careful, Senua.
А, как мне нравится эта игра. Господи, она охеренна.
Careful, Senua. Careful.
Watch out.
Ну хорош. Что? Да хорош. Заметили, кстати, что у меня слоумо кончились вроде? Или не кончились? Да кому? Ай, больно. Да. Только откуда не возьмись. Зеркало не регенится, да. Ты заметил, хорош.
Let go, Senua. Let go of your battle. Stop. You're killing yourself.
Да господи. Поправка не регенится, да. Молодец. Или я просто позволяю себе по мордасам давать часто. Себе засышку. Как же я люблю эту игру, боже мой.
Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle. You're killing Catherine. Watch out!
Let go of your battle. You don't have to fight anymore.
I'm going to die.
Да. Вся суть в том, что эту игру, точнее, эту битву я не должен был выиграть. Да, я понимаю, логично, но просто она такая охеренная, что я не хотел ее проигрывать. Эта музыка офигенная. Достойный бой получился. Я когда первый раз проходил, я, наверное, сидел просто час тут залипал и воевал. Господи, это было охеренно. Оставляю вас с концовкой, короче.
You're alive, and there's no doubt. Then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dillian. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it. I've got nothing left.
quest. Nothing. You will have no power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day, a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel. Hoping what you need is behind every door. Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change. Cause everyone has hopes.
Ну, не скажите, что это охеренно.
The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else. Feeling as though you never.
Концовка на самом деле просто для СПГС открыта. Ни хера не понял, так что придется интерпретировать самостоятельно. Как я это понял, вся история была рассказана от лица Хеллы про историю Сенуи, потому что... Так, подожди. Игра однозначно шедевр, подобный которому нет. Ладно, сначала пашку выслушаю в чатике, потом пытаюсь что-нибудь с собой выкинуть. Надо реально найти вот эту музыку, которая играет во время битвы. Не, я расписать тут не буду, так еще не готов. Я это понял, что это все было повествование с лица Хеллы. С самого начала, когда она приплыла на этот берег. И до момента, когда она перешла еще через мост. Мечей, которые как бы может пройти только мертвый человек, правильно? Следовательно, она с самого начала была мертва. Что опять возвращает к той теории, что она мертва была, Senua. Что можно сказать... Не знаю. Как бы та же самая схема, как и Данте Алигьери, ад. Что как бы... Он же тоже попал в ад, следовательно. Из ада выбрался в конце, вроде, по-моему, как. Тоже можно сказать и тут, что она как бы попрощалась с Далианом. Поняла, что как бы незачем страдать, ей нужно жить дальше. Это все у нее в голове. Это тоже вариант. Вот. То, что в конце она просто осознала, что как бы страдать из-за него незачем, нужно жить дальше, нужно прощаться с мертвыми людьми и все такое. Следовательно, к чему еще и в конце говорит, что типа у нас еще история ждет впереди, которой очевидцем ты станешь. Я так это понимаю. Ну, на самом деле, тут да, тут нужно такой СПГС включать вообще. Да, она боролась с собой, с своими страхами и все такое. По мере того, как она как бы двигалась по всему этому пути. И я уж говорю, она была мертва. Как я считаю. Имхо. Я же тебе говорю, она прошла через мост ножей. Следовательно, либо она мертва. Но я не верю, что это такая головная боль, что прям это все путешествие было в голове придумано. Короче, пропустить можно? Пропустить нельзя. Она мертва. И такое сознание тоже помирает, когда человек умирает. Ну, блин. Возможно, как бы... Я же говорю, может, это душа была. Вообще, как бы, вот это вот перевоплощение Хель в Сену, вот это вот все, как бы... Этим я, как бы, опираюсь на то, что это было повествование со стороны богини. Мало ли. Просто ее внутренний ад. Ну, тоже может быть. Ну, мне как бы неохота верить, что она как бы сидит овощем, а внутри у нее в голове происходит такой ад. На что-то же она опирается, на флешбеки в воспоминаниях про Диллиона, про набеги северян. Я не верю, что она как бы просто это все в голове воспроизводит. Ну, я понимаю, что она больна психозом. Так больна психозом она тем, что как бы отец с ней в детстве делал и все такое. На другую концовку я не знаю, есть ли другая концовка. По-моему, это единственная концовка. И вот это надо посмотреть, кстати, я ни разу не интересовался. В игре присутствует дополнение концовки. Последняя встреча Senua с Друтом, который можно раскрыть, найдя все камни знания, спрятанные в мире игры. Ну, тут уж соряно, тут надо смотреть отдельно в Ютабе. Тут, да, тут стример не очень. Я, к сожалению, не смог найти это. Другой концовки нету, я вот так и думал. Короче, давайте глянем фильм. Мне интересно все.
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye.
Не, ну я имею в виду катсцену, вы можете посмотреть на Ютабе. Стример не очень, стример не смог на все найти.
And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Психоз Senua.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer.
Блин,
The
какие у них
original idea
глаза.
for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts. steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or
Liar.
one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end.
The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky.
The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere.
Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness such as psychosis is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Can't see how she's going.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also crucially listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, we become small until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? that's all. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
For me, being involved in especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty. I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
В общем, такой вот фильм у нас был, документальный про создание игры. Мне нечего сказать просто. Разработчики охеренный труд вложили в эту игру. Ну как бы, камон, вообще, что говорить? Вы сами все можете видеть, насколько эта игра офигенная. В плане и визуальном, и геймплейно, и сюжетно она потрясающая. Это охеренно, у меня слов... Пашка, ну ты прям... В общем, вот. Короче, я вас оставляю одних на размышления над этой игрой. Кого-то в ахере, кто-то в шоке, кто-то в потрясении. И спасибо, короче, вам, что смотрели, что прошли судьбу бедной Суона со мной. Мне очень было приятно, на самом деле. Да, когда делают просто вот... Когда есть идея хорошая, а не для заработка, получается вот такой шедевр. А для чего это вообще все было сделано? Тизерили же вторую часть игры про Senua. Следовательно, да, она получается не мертва. А это было просто воображаемый мир, как было сказано в фильме. Так что вот. Я надеюсь, в этом году мы еще вернемся ко второй части когда-нибудь. Надеюсь, не в 2021 году. В общем, да. Что еще сказать? Это шикарно. Мне понравилось. Я надеюсь, что вам понравилось. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел, кто переживал, кто охеревал и так далее. В общем, с Hellblade мы прощаемся. Ко второй части мы перейдем в этом году, надеюсь. А в пятницу мы начнем... Не знаю, что начнем. Надо подумать. Надо отойти от этого. Ну, в общем, на сегодня у меня все. Всем приятного вечера, спокойной ночи, хорошего завтра дня, не болеть. И до скорых стримов. Покедом.